Hello, hi, and welcome to Empathic Fire. I am your reader, Jay. These are going to be general messages for the sign of Sagittarius in mid-November 2020. What is going on, Sagittarius? How are you guys doing? I hope that you are doing well. All right, Sag, first off, right off the bat, happy birthday to you guys. Your season is fast approaching, so if you're born in November or December, whenever it is, I hope you have a fantastic day. Pardon me, if you're able to celebrate, if you're going out, meeting up with friends and family, please be safe when doing so. Take all the precautions that are necessary to keep you and those that you love and care for safe at this time. And in general, do that, please. Because 2020 is still outside our doors, still doing whatever it's doing, and that pandemic is indiscriminate, does not care. Does not care. Okay. Anybody is seemingly susceptible, or at least is possibly related to someone who is susceptible. Okay, so please take all precautions necessary. Other greetings to you. Happy holidays. Or excuse me, I'm already jumping into December. Happy holidays, Merry Christmas, Happy Thanksgiving for those who are celebrating here at the end of November. It's a national holiday here in the States, so if you're getting together again with friends and family, please be safe. If you are co-mingling households, and in general, guys, I hope that you're happy, safe, and healthy wherever you are in the world at this time, whether you celebrate holidays or not, whether you're getting together with friends or not for your birthday. Please just be good to yourselves, take care of yourselves, make good choices, and all that good stuff, all right? Anything else? Yes, Sagittarius. Oh, I've got my phone nearby so I can actually tell you. So Sagittarius, I, as many of you know, do live readings for each individual zodiac sign for their birthday season. So you guys, you can expect a live from me on December 12th. That's a Saturday. So December 12th, on this channel, I will go live for you guys and do readings that day. So if you happen to have time to spare and you have a question you want me to answer, I will be here live on my channel at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So join me, okay, if you're available. All right. Now, anything else? Yes, you have your birthday messages coming on the first day of Sagittarius season. You've got your Decembers coming, your mid-Decembers, and like I said also just a moment ago, your live session. So a lot of things to look forward to as Sagittarius season is upon us. Get ready, strap yourselves in. It's going to be a fabulous time. Now, on to the regular intro. Anything you want from me, Sag, it is in the description box. Timestamp is down there. Information on how to get a personal reading with me is down there. And if you are looking to follow me on Instagram, the name is EmpathicFire Tarot. There is a link for that down below as well. Any questions before you place an order, email me at the same address and I'll answer you as soon as I can, okay? Ta-da! Intro done. Let's get into it. Let's see some messages for Sagittarius in mid-November, please. Messages for Sagittarius in mid-November. I want to see them, please. Feels like a 2 or 3 bridge. We'll see. Ooh. Caught that. Oh, that was almost a mess. Let's see. For Sagittarius in mid-November, please show me. Last one. All right, 3. Felt 2 or 3-ish, so there we go. All right, let's get into it. Mid-November for Sagittarius. Ooh, something flipped. All right, 7 of Swords. Eek. Eek. For Sagittarius in mid-November, please show me. Every time, every reading I've done today, something falls to the floor. Why is that happening? Can I reach it? Move the wires carefully. Don't pull shit to the floor. Jesus Christ. All right, we got it. Slide this back into place. Oh, boy. All right, here we go. 7 of Wands fell to the floor for you guys. One more, please, for Sagittarius to start the reading. Come on, please. Thank you very much. Thank you. And the Sun. Interesting. All right, guys, let's get into it. Sag, 7 of Swords, 7 of Wands, the Sun. Feels like things are in transition or in some type of why stop doing that. In some type of developmental stage. Like, I feel things are in flux up in the air, uncertain, or still being decided upon is also something. Decided upon. I'm getting that from the Seven of Wands, but we'll see. So, Seven of Swords, traditionally speaking in tarot, can speak to, well, this card in this deck, it's called futility, but traditional interpretations of this card speak to deception, misgivings or misinformation, total lies, deception and deceit, or sort of what I'm feeling here is just like uncertainty, not really having a clue, having thoughts in disarray, feeling ineffective, or feeling that things are futile. You can't change what's happening. You can't undo what has already started, what has already begun, and feeling sort of at a loss, you know? That sucks. I feel as though like the image of this person sitting on these clouds looks really dejected, right? Looks very like one hand, or excuse me, a hand on one sword and the rest are kind of, it's like can't engage is what this feels like. Like this person is too tired. This person is already defeated, even in the middle, or excuse me, at the beginning of possibly some type of scrap, some type of what do you call that? Disagreement, or some type of debate, something like that. So like kind of throwing in the towel before you actually show up and get engaged in the competition, right? So feeling helpless, feeling hopeless, defeated, possibly, because that also can tie to the traditional understanding of the Seven of Swords, possible self-sabotage is the culprit here, is the real issue. Yeah, that's not good. And it could be because of just being inundated or overwhelmed mentally, since these are swords, right? So I feel somebody might be possibly over analyzing a situation, analyzing it to death, feeling really without any type of what do you call that? Reprieve, thank you. Without any type of reprieve, like feeling like if somebody had to defend themselves, like let's say, for an example, just an example, that somebody was accused of something pretty nasty, like accused of stealing something, accused of, taking what didn't belong to them, like, in a corporate setting, like all of a sudden something comes up missing from somebody's personal items, or somebody suspects someone going into their, private email and like deleting things and printing things off, something like really like, dastardly. And to be accused of that, but knowing you're innocent, but feeling exhausted, and before it even starts, like feeling defeated just at the accusation. That's sort of what this feels like. Being accused of something you didn't do, but also feeling like you have no way of defending yourself. That's what this feels like. Oh, okay. So like going back to that example of like stealing something from work. Let's say, this is just an example. Let's say I don't know your story, but I'm just going to say it's you, Sagittarius, just to keep it clean or clear in my mind. So let's say you have a record. Let's say you have a couple of arrests on your record, and your employer knows that, or people in your office that know you a little bit or heard about you. Your reputation precedes you, right? You went down, you spent some time in the state, in the care of the state, county jail, right? Or whatever it is. And people know that about you. Now that something's gone missing in the office, in the common area, or at somebody's desk, or things are kind of not right in somebody's like accounting books or whatever, you come up as primary suspect number one. It's like because of previous misdeeds, you or whoever this is feels already guilty, even though they're not. It's this idea of other people are going to believe I'm guilty because of things I used to do in my past. There we go. We got there. Got it. Okay. So that's sort of circulating, percolating in the air is what that feels like, because this person is sitting on clouds. So I feel like it's really in somebody's head. Whether or not that is true, whether or not that is objectively true, whether or not that is the agreed upon or whether other people agree with that perception, I don't know. But that's like someone's internal space right now. They think other people think that they're guilty, that they're awful. Whether or not that's true, don't know. Okay. Then you have the Seven of Wands. I forget what the hell I said about this before. I know I said that this card reminded me of something, and you were listening, so you probably remember better than I do. But, oh God, that's so interesting. They really want me to know what I said, but I can't remember what I said. Oh, is that why? Oh no. Is that why? Like, okay. Because, you know, a lot of things that happen with me, like flubs that happen while I do these readings, or like strange sensations I think are talking to me. I'm not a Sagittarius, so this isn't talking to me. But sometimes I'm like, oh, my guides are really like criticizing me. But no, the thing that they're highlighting about what's going on with me is a highlight of what's going on with you. So for some of you, you've said things that you can't remember. Oh my gosh. That's important for some of you because that's in an official capacity. Like someone might be putting your feet to the flame saying, well, remember Sagittarius back in April or back here, or remember we had this conversation and you said blah, blah, blah. And you're like, I really don't remember. People think you're lying. People think like, oh, so convenient, Sagittarius, you don't remember? We just had this conversation like 3 weeks ago. And you're like, legit, I cannot remember. Like, I really do not recall this conversation. In some cases, that's very official. Like, you may have signed documents that said you agree to something or that you acknowledge something, and then something may have transpired. I'm getting for a lot of you in your job area or something very official, like, and very serious, like a court almost. We don't have any cards of court out here, but it feels very official in that way. So you might be presented, say, in a court situation with evidence or affidavits or what have you, where it says, oh, well, this person over here in their sworn affidavit, they said that they saw you or they were in the room and they witnessed you saying this. You don't remember this? You weren't there? You didn't see this person? You're just like on the stand sweating bullets and you're like, I really don't remember. Or someone is doing this, something like this of, I can't remember. I can't remember. That is a very defensive posture to be in, or a situation. The temperature, the climate of that situation would cause someone to be very defensive. So as much as I feel this energy is true, whether or not that is actually true is, you know, take it with a grain of salt. The empathic person reading the tarot cards feels whoever's saying, I don't remember, whoever's saying or feels, oh, my reputation is preceding me and people are believing the worst of me, that all feels energetically, emotionally true. Whether or not it is objectively true, whether or not that is going to be proven true, if this does revolve around a court situation for like a few of you, is yet to be seen. But I'm telling you, that's a shitty defensive posture to be in. Not to say it's shitty because it's not going to work. It's shitty because this person doesn't know what to say other than, I don't remember, I don't recall, I have no clue. And, you know, maybe I did, maybe I don't. It's like that, like word vomit, like word soup. It's not being able to solidly prove. Maybe that's also an issue, not being able to provide an alibi, not being able to provide any proof that proves the contrary. And because of the uncertainty around being able to prove something contrary to what is being accused, that equals, in many people's minds, whether we're talking in a court of law or outside of a court of law, a guilty. Some type of guilt is presumed there, even if objectively it's not true. And you could look to, just as, you know, just to throw it out there, you could look to many cases where there are wrongful convictions of all kinds of crimes, from petty to heinous, okay, where people go down for things that they really didn't do, and they are found guilty because they themselves can't provide evidence enough to prove their innocence. Does that make sense? Like, I don't know, Jesus, I don't know who that's for, but that's what this feels like. And there's no cards of court out here, but for some of you, it's in that realm of legality. It's in that realm of being presided over by a judge and a jury, you know? Now, the final card, strangely, is the Sun card. So this one is throwing me for a loop. I gotta be honest. Like, when these two came out, okay, they seem relative to each other. Seven of Wands, Seven of Swords, that makes sense. But then the Sun, I'm like, huh? So this could be what's on, thank you. This could be what's on the line here, Sagittarius. The Sun card, this is secondary major for Leo. You could be dealing with a Leo, but you don't have to be. Your happiness could be on the line here. In some of your cases, like I keep saying, your freedom could be on the line here with this feeling of jail. And if it's not you, it's someone else. Or see now, hold on, I jumped the gun. Because before I was saying court, and then I immediately went to jail. But again, this image is very free, right? These two people frolicking in a sunflower field. That's not something you do behind bars. It's really something meant for people who don't live in the care of state corrections or local jails, right? Oh, I did mention your jail earlier. I remember that, but I don't remember what the hell I said about this card. Anyway, so I feel for some of you, that's what's hanging in the balance here. Your freedom, your sense of freedom, if not your literal, you know, you can get up and go and move across the world and the country the way you want. Or your joy, your contentment, your happiness, your feeling abundant. Interesting is the word that they want to give me here. Abundant. Your feelings of abundance or your ability to tap into abundance is on the line. Oh, interesting. This is a late addition to the story. For some of you, this is like a spiritual awakening, but low key. It's like low key. It's not like a dark night of the soul. It's not like you've been seeking this. It sort of is low. It could be, okay, have you ever had these? Well, I have them because I dream a lot, and I'm a lucid dreamer as well. So I can go to sleep, planning to sleep for like 8-9 hours, right? I could go to sleep for 2 hours, wake up, and stay awake for like 15 minutes, and then go back to sleep. That's sort of what this feels like. It's not a full, after the 2 hours, I'm awake. I'm not fully rested. But I am aware, I was just dreaming, I was just asleep, I'm a little groggy now, I might pick up my phone, scroll real quick, I might go to the bathroom, I might get a drink of water, and then I lay back down, I can't fall asleep. Part of my brain is like, oh, we're awake. The other part of my brain is like, no, baby, we still sleeping, right? That's what this feels like a mini awakeness. Like a mini awakening. Thank you. Awakeness. A mini awakening is what this feels like for some of you with the Sun card here. And it comes after some very challenging, yes. Transformative, sure. I feel that this is like an epiphany is what this feels like. Which would relate to the idea of a mini awakening, having an epiphany, having an aha, oh God, I can't even talk, an aha moment, having a new set of information or a new realization about yourself and or your circumstances, and out of that being sort of clued into something that you weren't clued into before. That's what that feels like. Interesting. Let's get some further information here. I think I kind of want to know more about the Sun. Is that a good idea? I'm kind of trying to feel if my guides have more to say about the Sun, or if we should just get further information. It's like 1 in 1. Okay, so let's get one card on the Sun and one card of further information. So one card to clarify the Sun. Why is the Sun here? Why is the Sun here for Sagittarius? I asked for one. They're like, you're going to get 2. All right. So, yeah, like that. They want it like that. Does it matter? It does matter. Which way? Like that. Okay. Yeah. Okay. That makes sense. And we are going to get further information, I think, but we're going to start with talking about the clarification. All right. So to clarify the Sun, you have the 2 of Pentacles and the 3 of Swords coming out. Okay. So change, sorrow. Yeah. Yeah. It really feels like a change in your situation. Listen, maybe it is a dark night of the soul. I mentioned I think I mentioned that somewhere. I can't remember where. But there's like this sacrificial thing that I think is tonally going through the collective, not just Sagittarius energies. You're the 6th reading I'm doing for the mids, I think. And I think at least 2 other signs had something very similar going on about to get to the good, to good, I don't know why I said it that way, but to get to whatever the sun is, or whatever the sun represents to you, happier times, more fulfilling times, abundance, whatever it is, there's certain things that need to be decided upon, and the decision might involve a particular sacrifice, a release, a purging is a word that's coming through now, purging of something from your life currently that you actually have some affinity for, that you actually feel somewhat comfortable with. Okay. It's not necessarily an easy thing to do, not just for you. Again, other signs have had very similar energies thus far for the mids. So I think at this time, Sagittarius, you're in a defensive posture and feeling possibly lost as well with the 7 of Swords. And to get away from that, because these are, nobody wants to really hang around in these 2 energies most of the time, right? They present challenges to us that we don't want to be presented with. They provide us with frustration and feelings of agitation, things like that. Nobody wants to be there. But in order to get out of that, you may have to sacrifice a part of this. A part of this. Now, what did I say earlier? That's very specific. And listen, I'm not saying that this is fair. I'm not saying that this is correct, but I know it happens. Remember, I told you that sometimes people get convicted of things they didn't do crimes of, right? Or get convicted of crimes that they did not commit, right? That could be happening for someone, for you or someone that you know. I don't co-sign that because I truly do believe in justice. Well, here's the thing. I believe in justice. Do I believe in our justice system? Okay, it's a little shaky. You know, I know there's a lot that needs to be done. There's a lot that people are doing, and I have faith in that. I have hope for that. I believe in karmic justice more than I believe in justice set down by any man, woman, or any human on earth, right? But the aspect of, do I believe in social justice? No, because what did I say? It happens more readily than many of us believe or know of, that people get convicted or get things, burned onto their criminal record that they had nothing to do with, right? Because they have no defense. Happens all the time. Listen, I'm not trying to politicize my channel, even though I could, but I'm not. But there's plenty of evidence that shows people who go into court systems with public defenders get convicted a lot. And what's that? Is that justice? Because someone can't pay for defense and public defenders have an insane workload or caseload, right? Again, trying not to politicize here, but that's what this could be. Now, for some reason, the energy around this, I'm saying the person, the human being Jay knows that's not fair. But what the tarot is giving me as the reader, as the empathic person here, is that's kind of the story that has to play out. For some people, a bad conviction is or will play out. Okay? That's heartbreaking, 3 of Swords. That's sorrowful, as in this deck it's called sorrow, right? That is not something people want to do. But recall what I said, the Sun card can represent for some people freedom. The actual ability to freely move out in the world. That is a sacrifice someone will make, whether they voluntarily do so or not. And that, again, from the tarot's aspect, from the energy I'm tapping into, that is that's the outcome. It's how it's just going to be that way. Now, they're letting me know that is due to, in some cases, heavy nefarious influence. Heavy stuff. Heavy nefarious influence. Meaning, going back to what I said with the example, if somebody goes to court and they can't afford their own lawyer, so they're either defending themselves or they get a public defender, and the prosecution in the case, maybe, is either a state or local, a DA or something like that, or a state attorney, or just a shark in the water, like a high-paid lawyer who has all kinds of resources at their disposal. It's really like a David and Goliath story, only this time Goliath is gonna win. In someone's case, in some of your cases, Goliath is going to win. You could be Goliath, but a lot of you are David in this situation. Or you know the David and you're watching them get slain by Goliath, to keep it in that metaphor. Not cool. Not cool at all. But again, I don't know where, I don't know how. The energy feels very, yes, exactly. That is exactly what it was going to happen, regardless of what anyone did. Now, you could be somebody who works in social justice, Sagittarius. This could be a case that you're overseeing. This could be a case that you're studying, for reference as you learn, something like that. It doesn't have to be something that plays out in your actual first person life. This could be a friend of a friend of a friend who's experiencing this, or this could be you. It's going to slice out, or it's going to play out differently for all of you. But that's what that Sun card feels to me. That someone's actual freedom and or happiness is being cut off at the knees. Cut short. That's sad. Regardless of how it shakes out, that feels very sad to me. Now, I was going to get another card. Where are we at? Oh, yeah. Just one more. So one card of advice here, because this is sort of the end. So let's make this a card of advice for Sagittarius in this situation. What can they do with this? One card of advice for Sagittarius, please. Okay. Wow, come on, man. Judgment. So it could be that this was the history of a situation. Some of you, I could have just told the story of like your great uncle Bob, or, your great aunt, Antoinette or something like that. I could have told the story of your life 20 years ago. And now, you're here. Okay. If this was the past, you're in this moment now of judgment. If this is your present, what I was just describing for the past 20 or so minutes, this is upcoming in the future. When, where, I don't know, but that's sort of, the takeaway. And it feels again like a future moment. Like at some point there is a revival here. So this could be someone looking over a court case, dusting it off, realizing, based on this, that, and the other, this judgment can be overturned. Judgment overturned. Because what is judgment? It's about revival. It's about bringing back, basically, from the dead what was laid to rest. It's recalling something, bringing it back to the forefront of the moment, giving it a second chance in some cases. Yeah. I don't know on what level this works for you, because I did also mention this word awakening, right? So for some of you, this could be a second chance at having an awakening. Because again, remember what I said about being disturbed in my sleep, or waking myself up, or just happening to wake up in the middle of the night. I go down and I'm thinking, I'm going to get a full 8 hours. I get up 2-3 hours later. Oh, geez, it's not time to wake up yet. I go back to sleep. 5 hours later, I wake up. That's when I'm actually going to start my day, right? So there could have been sort of a false start at some previous point, or in this moment now, to a spiritual awakening. And eventually, as time progresses, in the future moment, the full awakening begins. That's very interesting. Sagittarius, this was a deep one, but I'm keeping it short because I'm trying to keep the mids shorter than the monthlies. So if you like what you saw here, if it resonated with you, please leave a like. Feel free to leave a comment. Let me know how this did resonate with you. I love reading your comments. And if you have not subscribed to the channel, please consider subscribing. That'd be super cool of you. Why not? Come on. Give me a birthday gift. for your birthday season. No, I'm kidding. Sagittarius, I thank you guys so much for watching this video. Again, look forward to your birthday messages coming, your December and mid-December messages. And again, December 12th, 7 p.m. here on the channel. I will be live for you guys, okay? Thanks again so much for watching, Sagittarius. I really do appreciate it. Take care. Bye.